Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace, my go-to for building a website and online shop. Hello everyone, let's finish this Year of the Snake inspired oil painting in the third and final installment of this video series. If you'd like to see several hours of real-time tutorials where I record voiceover as I was painting, along with hundreds of hours of exclusive content and monthly art rewards, including a monthly live stream, feel free to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/happydartist. I'll just quickly recap our journey thus far. First, we started off with an ebouche underpainting where I roughly blocked in the different color groups of the piece. Then I covered it up in the main pass where I did the bulk of the work. I actually love ebouches because they look so rough and ugly that it makes me excited to paint over it, thus motivating me to keep going. Sometimes if the underpainting is too pretty, I feel scared and nervous to mess it up in the main pass, and then I get all in my head. But if the underpainting is kind of ugly, then I just want to paint over it as quickly and efficiently as possible. As artists, we gotta sometimes learn to mentally manipulate ourselves into producing our best work. Okay, now I'm finally continuing from where we left off. I'm painting the hand, which is always a scary subject to paint. I feel like hands are probably the #1 most hated subject to paint for all artists. For me, it's the neck/décolletage area, but a close second is the hand. Sometimes when the pose is at a good angle, the hand can be straightforward and easy to paint, but today's hand was just so awkward. I kept feeling like it was too overly defined, and then for the next hand, I made that one too underdefined. So this is where some of the last minute panic began to set in. The cloth for me was a fun exercise, but also felt awkward because at times the shade of blue I chose almost felt like it was denim, and I couldn't decide if I wanted the fabric to look thick and structured like denim or silky and soft. So we ended up with somewhat of an experiment. I didn't have much of a reference for this part, so I just kind of played around with whatever looked good. Speaking of no reference, I had pretty much no reference for that lower arm and hand that I'm working on right now. So this was almost completely done from imagination, which is probably why that second hand looks so weird. In fact, this whole appendage bothered me so much that I later went back and added a bracelet just to break up the awkwardness. Okay, now we are finally on the second pass. I waited for the main pass to be thoroughly dry, which took around 3 days, and then I applied a very thin layer of medium over it in order to oil out the parts that had sunken in. The first thing I did was fix the snake's boxy head and round it out a bit, and then I polished up the woman's face and hair accessories. For my final second pass adjustment, I'm trying to add some more definition to that hot dog looking arm, trying to define the veins and muscles and give the silhouette of the arm some more interesting shape. And with that, we are finally done with this painting. From beginning to end, it took me about 11 days, including the days spent waiting for it to dry in between passes. If you'd like to check out the piece in person in San Francisco, I'll leave the show information in the video details below, but I do have fine art prints available now in my shop at happyd-artist.com. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome 2025. And of course, you guessed it, my eternal never-ending sale is still going on in my shop, so if you'd like 20% off your order of prints and originals, just enter the code HOLIDAY at happyd-artist.com. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and even surprise art gift boxes. All available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting the art community. I've been using Squarespace for 10 years now, and it's been an integral part of being able to make a living as an artist. Aside from their beautiful customizable templates and easy-to-use interface, Squarespace now has so many robust tools to help make website building be both effective and intuitive. There's a new design intelligence feature that uses a combination of industry experience and cutting-edge AI to help you make a website bespoke to your brand and digital identity. Squarespace takes the intimidation out of setting up an online shop with their intuitive e-commerce platform that accepts every type of payment method you can imagine, all with just a few simple clicks, so you can easily sell your work all around the world. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/happydartist to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist.